Welcome back to Knowing This is the Pat Meredith. I'm Owen.
I am Matt.
And what are we getting into today?
Today we are going to go back to the early 2000s with Simple Plan.
Okay.
And the song called Perfect.
Yeah.
It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're doing some videos shining light on those who are in the midst of it or have been through it. We want to say we're here. We want to reflect on things that we've been through, and let you know that there are at least 4 ears that want to listen to you if you need some help.
Yeah.
And so Simple Plan put out a song called Perfect. Perfect is just the expectation that everything in life that you do has to be perfect or you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And people aren't going to think you're good enough. And I'll just start by saying you'll never be good enough. You can never live up to the expectations of everybody. You need to be the best that you can be. For us, it's a belief in Christ and the Bible, and we believe that Christ is the best for us. We're not ashamed of that. If that's not your belief, we understand. Still a good song, and we can share the message, and the message is we love you, and we want you to be successful in life and what you do.
Yeah. So I don't really know any of the words to the song. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since I've heard it, so I'm excited to get into it and just see what it's about.
Simple Plan.
All right.
Here we go.
And talk to me. Did I grow up according to plan? And do you think I'm wasting my time doing things I want to do? But it hurts when you disapprove all along. And now I try hard to make it. I just want to make you proud. Good enough for you. Can't pretend that I'm alright. And you can't change me, 'cause we lost it all. Nothing lasts forever. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Now it's just too late, and we can't go back. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
From a generational perspective, right? Because a couple of videos back we did duality, right? And that was you kind of expressing like the angst of the 90s and things like that. Now, was mental health like a huge topic in the 90s?
No.
So then when the 2000s and 2010s came,
So the first thing,
what was that like?
the first time that I remember it was never called mental health.
Right.
I don't know when that came about. But we had, emo music, which is emotional.
Yeah.
It was punk rock and kind of the singing style that comes with it. It's not just the quick, the fast, screaming. It's lyrical, it's melodic, there's something to it. And so you get songs like this where you kind of have that punk rock beat, but then you get a very sentimental, in-depth look.
Yeah.
And definitely the 90s, it was hidden in grunge music, it was hidden in things, and then in the early 2000s, you're like, oh, we can actually sing about this.
Yeah.
And kind of, Simple Plan's not anything in depth when you look at their music, but then they put out Perfect, you're like, whoa. And then now as a 44-year-old, I hear this and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like that hits a little different. That's a much different feeling than when I was 20, So those are heavy words.
Yeah.
Those are heavy words.
Yeah. It's a really raw and vulnerable thing as well. It's just like, this constant need of acceptance, it's just really, it's hard because like I can the scene in Interstellar when he's like watching himself back, like one of the hardest scenes in like movie history. But it's like we do that to ourselves a lot now that when you get older, and of course I'm not old or anything. I mean, and you're not either, but like we're old enough to where we've got past where we look back and we're like, just be yourself. Just like, and don't be ashamed of the things that make you who you are.
I listened to this as a young 20-year-old the first time.
Yeah.
I'm listening to this now as a father and my influence upon my children.
Yeah.
Do I expect too much? Do I expect perfection? Do they feel like their dad's proud of them, that their dad loves them enough? Like kind of all these things. I'm like, oh my gosh, like the song is singing about me, but I'm the other character now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a whole different feeling in this.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
About the pain I feel inside. Did you know you used to be my hero? All the days you spent with me now seem so far away, and it feels like you don't care anymore. And now I try hard to make it. I just wanna make you proud. Gonna be good enough for you. I can't stand another fight, and nothing's alright, 'cause we lost it all, and nothing lasts forever. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Now it's just too late, and we can't go back. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Nothing's gonna change the things that you said, and nothing's gonna make this right again. Please don't turn your back. I can't believe it's hard just to talk to you, but you don't understand. Cause we lost it all, and nothing lasts forever. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Now it's just too late, and we can't go back. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Cause we lost it all, and nothing lasts forever. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Now it's just too late, and we can't go back. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect.
So I want to hear your perspective as a younger, I mean, you're the same age-ish of the first time I, around them. So like, what are your thoughts on this?
I was going through a couple different thoughts, to be honest. You know, I'm a little bit past a point in my life where I felt like I really felt this. You know, I'm at a point now in my life where I can comfortably say I'm getting to do the things that I want to do. You know, even doing this, like, this is not much, obviously, but even like doing something like this was out of my comfort zone and something I also didn't think could be possible, or something that I didn't feel like I had the personality to do. And it was also something I thought would be fun and a fun hobby, but putting myself out there doing things like this is not something I felt like I could do 4 years ago. But also, you know, being in a teaching environment, you know, that was something I looked at myself, I was like, I didn't want people to know that this would be probably a fun passion of mine. You know, a couple of years ago when I felt like I was supposed to be doing, you know, whatever would please my parents or whatever would please my teachers in high school, that it was hard because I didn't feel like myself. I knew I wasn't going to be an engineer. I knew I didn't like that stuff. I knew, like, there's just things that I was doing that I wasn't being able to express myself because I felt like there was a standard. And there's also a standard of kind of being a guy. And I've talked about this recently with some friends of mine. Like, there's an aspect that, like, I don't know anything about sports. You know, I mean, I know a little bit, I know enough, but I could not have a conversation with anybody about sports. There's just parts of me that are hard to have conversation with other guys about because I'm not like that in a sense. You know, I'm more of a creative and more of a, I like music and things like that. And that was something that I didn't feel like I could express, you know, really. And I've gotten to a point now where I feel like I can, and I just don't, it doesn't matter to me anymore. It's not something I try to hold back. I think another thing, like with faith, you know, depending on the crowd, I didn't want to be outwardly expressive about it as well. It's not something that I hold back anymore. So if you'd played this song for me, like even 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, like I would have felt this like really painful. I look at this now and I kind of like, it kind of relieves me that I don't feel like I'm being upheld to a standard. You know what I mean? I get to, I mean, I still do. I still feel pressures, and I still feel like if I get into my head, you know, I can feel like, oh, maybe I'm still not successful enough, or things like that. But
how many people around your age would you say that you run into or have conversations with that still feel that pressure to live up to the expectations of the parents?
Tons, probably a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of people that aren't super vocal about it, but I do know people that feel that way. I was thinking, the other thought I had while I was listening to this song was about faith. And I think, like, we shouldn't be trying to be perfect for people on this earth because it's a worldly thing. And success is, you know, these are just a bunch of worldly things. If we're trying to be perfect for Christ, you know, we're still not going to be.
No.
We're going to fail every day. And so knowing that God still loves us, even though we can never be God, to me, it's like, that's already comforting enough that, like, if I can't be, you know, I'm going to try to be the best I can for God. And that's enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and the fact that we don't have to be perfect.
Right, exactly.
Christ did the perfect for us.
Yeah.
He
so
was
that
perfect.
pressure is just off.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel now. I didn't feel that way then.
So I kind of want to look at this song from a parental side.
I'm curious.
Because 20 years ago, I would have blasted parents like that. You know, my parents didn't have, you know, these perfect expectations, but I could, you know, society, like, you know, parents are holding us down from doing what we're doing and all this kind of stuff. Being a parent's hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing being a parent. And as much as the teenagers in the video feel the pressure of the parents, there's a pressure of the parents of, I have one chance to raise kids that are going to contribute, that aren't going to be a burden to society. They're going to be a help to society. That can hopefully carry on the values and the morality and the beliefs that we want them to carry on. And, you know, and sometimes I want to look at my kids and go, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. Like, I make mistakes. This expectation that as a parent, I have to know everything, I have to do everything, I have to complete everything, I have to make you feel a certain way, I have to do all. It's the same way, you know? So, like, as much as you're saying, Mom, Dad, I can't be perfect, parents are saying, I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Yeah. And if we all figure out, like, there's no one perfect outside of Christ.
Yeah.
So let's just work together on this. Let's be okay saying we both make mistakes.
Yeah.
And let's do this thing together.
Yeah, about a couple of years ago, I'd seen a video. It's like, guys, like, relax on your parents. It's their first time too. Yeah. And that was something that I really had to think, like, you know, this is your first life. You know, it's the same as it's my first life and our only life. Yeah. You know, it's a really sobering fact that, like, it is really hard to understand at this age. I can't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'll know when I get there. But it is a really interesting fact, and it is interesting to hear as well that, like, you're trying your best too. But as a kid and when you're younger, like, you do look up to your parents as they're supposed to be this hero, and so now, you've got this expectation on you that you're supposed to be all that.
Yeah. I remember my parents, as we've gotten older, as you get older, my parents and I, we just become more friends than we have parent-child. I mean, they're still parent-child, but we're friends. We're peers in a lot of their areas. And they tell us often now when it comes like, oh, remember when you did this? Remember when you did this? And they said, we did the best we could with the best we had.
Yeah.
Like we were still learning. There's only, like we didn't know everything. There's no manual to becoming a parent.
Yeah.
No one tells you how to handle the hardest situations of your life when they happen in a split second. Like, it's just different. And I'm much more sympathetic to parents now, being a parent. And I'm less angsty. I look at that kid, I'm like, I feel bad. The expectation to be the ultimate jock, the perfect child, the the parents that are like kind of all these things. There's a lot of real problems. And I'm not discounting any of those. I think it's both. Parents need to realize ultra high expectations are only going to push kids in a way that you probably don't want. But expecting your parents to do everything right all the time and make your life as perfect as possible, that's just unreal. It's just unreal. And I think it goes both ways. I think the song really does sum up that well. And especially 20 plus years later. It's a little different feeling.
I will say, like, I know that my parents always wanted the best for me. And I know that, like, that expectation of trying to do what my dad did and what teachers wanted me to be was an expectation that I kind of put on myself. When I did say I was going to change careers, that was a conversation that, like, I had gone through rededication of my life in Christ. And so, like, when that conversation came, I didn't know how they were going to take it, but they were like, we just want what's best for you. And then that took a lot of pressure off, because that was something I was worried about. That was something that when the conversation came, I was like, I don't know how they're going to take this. And I feel weak, and I feel like a failure. But, obviously there are real life things that come with big decisions, and there are real life things that have come with what you've done. But it's not the end of the world, and there's so much time to just continue growing. And I've become so much different, not different, because I've always been myself, but a lot of mental changes have happened from myself 3 years ago that I just, like, I feel bad for that guy, but I'm comfortable now. I'm comfortable in knowing I'm not in control of things, just the things that I choose to do. But, like, as far as time and as far as just, like, the future and things like that, I'm not in control of that. And that's okay with me. And there was a time where that was not okay with me.
It's interesting watching back these old songs that weren't old when I first heard them. But I was,
What year did this come out? Like 2000?
Early 2000s.
Yeah. So, like,
So that's
for
wild.
kids nowadays, like, and I'm talking about, like, kids nowadays.
Well, everyone who this song was written for is now me or a little younger.
Yeah.
So, we're all...
That's interesting how that has continued to carry on.
Yeah. So if you're a parent that, and you were a angsty teen or young 20-year-old when you heard this, let us know your story. Let us know your perspective. If you're an angsty teen right now, you're like, hey, I understand what's going on. The pressures of that, we want to hear those things. If you're struggling of having to live up to these expectations you can't fulfill, you're not alone. Reach out. There's tons of information in the description down below. We want to be able to help out. If you don't have anyone else, you can reach out to us. We will do the best we can. If you're like, hey, I don't do the whole Jesus thing, it's okay. We still want to care for you and love you and do the best we can to help you out.
Yeah. So, and we said that we have resources in the description that are for you and available. Comment below, share, like the video. And we're shooting for 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please subscribe.
Absolutely.
And you got anything else?
Got nothing.
Until next time, we love you and
Peace out.